Schumacher stories told. Rubber burns and glory stays. Suzuka Knights a legend's way. Checkered flag waves, victory calls. Tears and trophies rise and fall. Under neon lights so bright, Suzuka lives beyond the night.
Let's go for the first hot lap here with Wall Press on board. It's a Czech driver. Down to turn 1. Not a tricky as a section here. Beautiful track here in Japan. Oopsie poopsie. So 32.6 for wall pressing sector 1. GDA behind him. Let's see. But let's finish this lap here. Very low on sector 2. 32.1 for Gianbartolomeo. A half a second faster than wall press. 40.3 in sector 2 for wall press. Very tricky turns at the end of this lap here in Suzuka. The first time on the board is a 1:29.836. Now let's go to Gianbartolomeo, the Italian driver. Purple sector 1 for him. Purple sector 2. 130R. Beautiful turn. Now again the last sector. Last corners. A 128.8. Mystic one. Myth going slow as always. Think he will gonna start from the back. Let's go to Klippa, the teammate from Myth, driving today his first race in this season. Well, there is Driver Championship on the board with him alongside Myth, the current driver champion. Let's go to GDA. 2 green sectors. Not a representative lap from GDA. Yeah, guys, we are here for wall press. Where's Wolfrin? The other Wolfrin. Yes, Wolfrin is going today for his 100th race here in the MondayRacingLeague. Race number 100. Nice figures from the Bulgarian driver. Glad to have him in the lead. We'll see this graphic one more time later on. Oopsie poopsie, better better on P1. But GDA on the fly. To 7 tenths slower. 8 tenths slower than Beta, currently on P2 for GDA. Let's go for one of the McLaren guys here with Yo-Yo. No time on the board for the Austrian driver in the McLaren for time being. P11. What can he achieve? He jumps up to P5. Let's go to the teammate from Beta. Roble in the V-car. Goes to P2. Let's have a look to Lucek. Joined in last race. Jumps up to P5. Joined the league in last race, I should say. Just finished the whole sentence. Wolfring going for another lap, but this is another fast one. Let's have a look to Gianbartolomeo just behind Wolfring. He's going into pit as well. I think everybody is going into pit for time being. Except we have on P7 Yo-Yo. Let's go to P2 in the driver's standings, Tomasito. No time on the board for him. Time being, let's see what he can achieve here in Suzuka. If it's first hot lap. Aye. Let's have a look from the outside. Now let's sit into the cockpit for the 130R. Beautiful turn. Fully flat. 2.0. 1/10 slower. Second sector 1/10. So 2/10 slower for time being. For sure a P2 for him. What a pretty close one. 3000 separate P1 Beta in the V-Carbon, Tomasito in the McLaren. And Yo-Yo still driving. Let's have a look to the tires. Yeah, the only man with medium tires, Yo-Yo for time being, 2 laps already on his board. Everybody else is on soft tires, of course. Eight minutes to go here in the qualifying session. As always, guys, if you see the drivers at the moment, what are your predictions for today's race? I'm highly open. Yo-Yo goes for another hot lap. I don't know how much fuel he has in his tank. Going for another run on his medium tires. Let's go quickly to Roble, improved in sector 1, yellow in sector 2. Goes into the pit. Wolfring still warming up his tires. Let's go to Spaghetti in the final turn, his first lap. He jumps up to P7 in the Ferrari. It's a very tight battle at the front between Beta and Tomasito. 3000 separate the top 2 drivers here in this race in Suzuka. Then 3 tenths back we have Aroble, followed in a half a second gap between him on P3 and P4 for GDA, and 1/10 gap between GDA and Gian Bartolomeo, Italian driver for Aston Martin on P5, and Lucek. Nice to have him in the league. Race number 2 for this driver. Polish driver driving for Haas as a reserve driver for the time being. Maybe we can have a little interview with him at the end of the race, let's see. I just want to know and ask him how he is feeling here in the league. Let's have a quick look to Myth just behind Spaghetti. 2 green sectors but goes into pit, okay. Always the same story for Italian driver, he doesn't like to start in front, he wanna have some fun, that's why he's starting always from the back of the field. With my migrating host, so Spaghetti left the session, hopefully he's coming back soon. We have 5 minutes left in the qualifying session. And Yo-Yo still driving his medium tires, invalidating the lap and going for another run. I don't know if Petra is watching today. Maybe Yo-Yo want to show some skills? Or just have a little feel of the medium tires for the later on race. Let's have a quick weather update. Light cloudy. Later on we're gonna have a little bit overcast sky, but no rain expected, at least for the qualifying session here. But the race is something different. Let's see, maybe later on in the race it's raining and Spaghetti's back. Right on time, 3 minutes 33 left in the qualifying session. Yeah guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Let's go to a Roble. For time being, purple sector 1. Do we have another driver on pole position than Pera or Tomasito? Let's have a look. Beautiful turns. What a British driver. All British is living in Great Britain. Faster giving space from the Aston Martin there, and Roble fighting the curbs. Nearly lost his car and goes to the finish line. Stays on the 128.0. Klippa goes into pit. Klippa for time being on position 10. Let's have a look to Myth. Yeah, maybe it's not worth to watch lap from Myth. He's not pushing anyway. Let's go for Wall Press. Currently on the outlet on position 9 in his Aston Martin. Just quickly check the results of former races here in Suzuka. We had a race in season 8 that I ended up on P4. Myth is also very good doing here, twice a P1 and 1 DNF. Season 5 and Season 7 he won the Grand Prix, in Season 6 he DNF. Okay, normally also doing pretty good here. P12 in Season 2, P2, P3, P3, P2 and DNF. Also Tomasito did very well. That was his first win here in the Monday Racing League in Season 8. And Myth went for P1. Okay. Didn't thought that he will Gian Bartolomeo is doing some grass cutting. Okay. Let's go to P10. For time being, the first one to finish his hot lap. Time-wise, the qualifying is over. WordPress improved in Sector 1, but just invalidated. Let's go to Myth. He's surely not driving flat out, but GDA is driving a decent speed here. Currently on P6, improved in Sector 1, 3/10 behind the pole-sitter Myth in Sector 1 already. That are not improved in Sector 1. See, Tomasito is improving, but let's finish here with GDA. GDA jumps up to P5. What can a Roble achieve here? Stays on P4, now Tomasito, green Sector 1, yellow Sector 2. Can he improve? He stays on P3, Yo-Yo jumps up to P6, Wolfring goes into the pit, and a slow driving Italian guy from Naples here on track in the final turns. Yeah, the current driver champion doing some donuts for us. Yeah, he won to start from the back. Okay, he has been disqualified, so he will start from the back. So we have the qualifying result. Better on P1, Tomasito 2, Roble P3. Nice result for the V-Carb. Then we have GDA on 4. Yo-Yo on P5, a nice P5 for him. Gian Bartolomeo on 6. Then we have the new driver joined last race here. Lucek, the Polish driver, driving as reserve driver in the Haas on P7. Then we have Spaghetti in the Scuderia Ferrari on P8. Wolpress, Jack driver for Aston Martin on P9. Wolfrin, his Grand Prix number 100 today on P10, then Clipper the first race for him, alongside the current driver champion Myth on P11 and Myth on P12. Yeah, it was qualifying. Didn't expect that Myth is going for a hot lap, but then invalidating and starting from the back of the field, but yeah, it's maybe a little bit more fun for him. Sadly, only 12 drivers here in the Monday Racing League. And yeah. By the way, Blue Killer, thank you for the follow. Now let's have a look. The drivers are choosing their strategy for the Grand Prix here. Often here in Suzuka we do have some rain. But let's see later on, do we have rain or not? And I'm still open, very open for any predictions who is winning the Grand Prix. As you know, for time being, the driver championship leader, Myth, will start from position 12. Then we have Tomasito driver on the driver standings on P2, I should say. Sorry for that. And yeah, he will start much more in front than Myth. Yeah, let's have a look. Select your strategies, guys. Come on. Hurry up, hurry up. Yeah, as always, beer for everybody. As I said, I do have holidays, vacation, and I'm really enjoying the springtime. Let's have a look what else we need. We don't need anything else. Later on, we're gonna need some telemetry data. So we have a P1 for Beta. Tomasito will start in position 2. Roble, a nice P3 for him. GDA on P4. Yo-Yo back again. Currently driving on position 5. We have a tight fight for the Constructor Championship for time being. Let me have a look. The standings are as follows. McLaren 125 points, 10 points behind we have Red Bull, and 1 point behind Red Bull we have Mercedes, and another 8 points behind Merc we have the V-Carb team. So V-Carb with Bera and Roble are going for a little bit points hunting today, and yeah. Let's prepare for the race start. Like this. Yeah. Okay. To the formation lap. Just enable the dashboard for the damages and some telemetry data for you. So you have a little bit better overview. Let's go for P3 for the start. No, let's go to Lucek to have a great view from the middle of the pack here on position 7 for the Haas driver. Really nice in the midfield. So we're ready to race. Where are the lights? 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Out the way we go racing here in Japan. Season 10. Do we see some heroics into turn 1? Yes or no? Lucek fighting his car through the turn. Gian Bartolomeo. Let's go to the off-board camera. See Spaghetti already overtook Lucek, and as well Myth overtook Lucek. Let's have a quick look to the tire choices the drivers made. Yeah, okay, everybody on medium tires, so nothing spectacular. We have a big train here. Tomasito lost 1 position. Let's go to the position changes. Aroba gained 1, Tomasito lost 1. Myth gained 4, Lucek lost 2 as well, Wolpress lost 2. Still a pretty close field here. Well, I'm pretty sure that Tomasito can go the pace of Bera. Is Roble doing a team game too wide into the final turns? Haven't thought that would anyway Thought the two cars will fit into this corner, but we just saw it. It's drivable, more or less. And Chide is still on a hunt for P4 for time being, pretty close behind Tomasito. Something happened to Lucek. Lucek for time being on position 12. Let's go quickly to him. Anybody has damage? No, nobody has any damage. We just see one warning for Woolpress. Nobody else has a warning for time being. All good. Let's have a look to Wolfrin. As I said, guys, one more time the graphic. Grand Prix number 100 for the Hungarian driver in the Merc. Wolfrin, the good soul. Inventory for the Monday Racing League, driving for time being with a 2-second gap to Spaghetti in front, but behind him Woolpress pretty close. STRS is enabled, maybe we see an attack from Woolpress down to turn 1. Yes, of course, the Aston Martin driver going for an overtake attempt into turn 1. Went a little wide there. The battle line for Wolfrin, but Woolpress stays ahead. Let's jump into the McLaren from Tomasito. So now McLaren need to do a little bit of team game. Tomasito is on P3 for time being. As you know, he's on position 2 in the driver championship. So you need to defend as good or as much as possible from Myth behind him. Myth, the current leader in the driver standings. On 30R, beautiful turn. Zita comes pretty close to Roble, one of the V-Corps ahead, and our Roble had some troubles to bring the power on the floor onto the tarmac, and Tomasito went for the fastest lap of 1:31.057 for time being the fastest one. Of course, not a track record. As you can see, the current track record is a pretty old one from Angelo. Out of season 6, it's 1:28.885. So 2.2 seconds faster than we just saw from Tomasito. Well, maybe later on in the race we're gonna see some very fast laps. I don't know if the drivers are going for most probably for a medium hard strategy. But with some carnage, maybe we have a safety car, then we're gonna see some soft rubbered red mark tire outlets. Time being a very settled race, nothing too spectacular happened. We just missed something. What happened here? Spaghetti overtook Myth. And Spaghetti is giving back the position. Maybe they had a little bit contact and then Spaghetti decided to give back the position. as in Paquette in the Ferrari. Driver champion from season 7. Had a horrible season for time being here in season 10. He can do better, but I think he's also not very happy with the handling of this game here, F124. A little bit to the front to Tomasito. Maybe we do see an attack from the Hungarian driver into turn 1. Also fighting here with detraction. But also a Roble fighting for traction. Roble gets some slipstream from Berra. A pretty close driving, very close driving between P2 and P3. No room for a mistake. Is he going for the outside now, inside? No, he's backing off. Wow, what the... Yeah, what a pace. Deep dive, no deep dive from Tomasito. But looks like he has a massive amount of pace here. He goes to the outside for the next turn. Wow! That's racing. That's why we love racing, sim racing, F1. I don't say 24, but F1 sim racing. Beautiful. Surely Tomasito has his car under control. A Roble fighting as well with his car, but a beautiful view for the Hungarian driver on P3 in the McLaren. Beautiful turn. Wow. Bring me some popcorn, please. Yeah, bring me popcorn. Beautiful. What a close driving. These drivers have skills. And just behind Tomasito we see GDA, also very close behind Tomasito, and 2 seconds gap behind GDA we see the current driver champion from season 9, Myth, in the Red Bull. Let's have a look again to the 130R. So a Roble can go to pace as well, Tomasito and GDA. The gap to between P4 and P5 always remains more or less 2 seconds. So Myth can't close the gap immediately. And we're just in lap number 8. Out of 27, so 19 laps to come. It's a longer race. Let's have a look to our Roble's POV. Also, Roble pretty close to the 100 appearances here in the Monday Racing League. So today he's driving race 84. He had 1 win, 20 top 10s, 37 top 5s, and the average finishing position 5.2. But he had a horrible season 9. Of course, Roble has the pace for a top podium driver. Abe Samuelson, welcome back. Thank you for joining. The beautiful turn flat out through 130R and the final right, left, right turns to the finish line. I was still curious, when do we see an attack from Tomasito on P3? He is always closing in the gap here into turn 1, turn 2. Then he's coming very close to the back of the V-carb Roble. Very, very close, we see it here. And GDA can go the pace, still can go the pace, and yeah. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Crazy. I really want to see once these drivers driving a WRC car off-road. Went very wide. Let's go to GDA on P4. So Mitch is just coming a little bit closer, 1.8 seconds and back to 2 seconds the gap. We have another warning for Beta. Yeah guys, regarding the warnings, we have Beta 1 warning, Roble 1 warning, no warnings at all for Tomasito on P3. Then we have 2 warnings already for GDA. So 1 more warning, 1 more off-track adventure and he gets a 3-second time penalty. Then Mid also with 1 warning and Yo-Yo for time being driving also with 2 warnings. We'll check back to P7 after his P12 appearance right after the start. I think it was lap number 1 or 2. Well, at the beginning of the race he ended up on P12, but he fighted back to P7. A nice driving for the Polish driver. And GDA coming closer and closer to Tomasito. Maybe he's thinking if Tomasito isn't able to overtake Roble, I go for a double overtake into turn 1. We never know. We do know GDA. It's always good to have some massive moves, yeah, heroic moves, dive bombs, etc. Car fighter. Wow, everybody is struggling here out of this turn to get the traction down to the ground and push. What happened? Yeah, Lucek went into pit, so the first guy who went into pit has been Lucek, lap number 11. So 16 laps to go. I'm pretty sure he chose the hard tires. Yes, he is going for an undercut. Let's see. I mean, he needs to push. Everybody else has more or less 40% of tire usage, and Lucek is the first one on the hard tires. So heat up these tires and go 1, 2, 3 very fast laps, then he will gain some positions. quickly to recalibrate something, and we are back. Do we see an overtake? Grand Prix number 100, overtake 500 or something. I'm pretty sure he did more overtakes than 500 overtakes in 100 appearances here in the Monday Racing League. Beautiful overtake from Wolfrin onto Ultras. Let's go to P1. Have a quick look to Bera. So Myth is just coming a little bit closer, 1.2 seconds behind GDA. So he closed the gap, maybe because the drivers are Rogue and Tomasito fight it a little bit. And guys, you do know that Bera is driving with a broken armrest. He had an incident or accident, better said, and he is driving the Grand Prix here. I think he missed 1 or 2 races, and he's back for racing. Of course, not full force feedback on his wheel, but Bera is more or less the same still as Lance Stroll, built from the same material. Guys from the north, you know Bera from Sweden, and Lance Stroll from Canada. So Wolf in the Moon Press went into the pit, nobody else. Let's have a quick look to the pit stop. Well, many drivers went into pit after sleeping, sorry. So there are just 5 drivers left who need to pit, and that's Bera, Tomasito, Chidi and Myth, the current top 4 drivers, plus the driver champion from season 7, Spagat, currently driving on position 6 in the Ferrari. So Bera is going into pit as well, Tomasito, Chidi as well, and Myth too. So now let's have a look. It's pretty interesting to see if Roble is ahead of these 4 drivers. Yes or no, cause he pitted 1 lap earlier, so undercut strategy. Maybe he is now in front of everybody. No, but he can overtake GDA through the pit stop phase, but Bera and Tomasito stays ahead from Roble. So more or less it stays the same. Spagat went into pit. I thought that was an overtake from Lucek on to Spagat, but yeah, let's go for this battle here. I wanted to have this battle here, the 3-way battle between Wolfrin and the Merrick Wolpress in the Aston Martin, and Gian Bartolomeo as well in the Aston Martin. Yeah, the half distance is done. We are in lap 14 out of 27, 13 laps to go. It's yeah, it's a 150 kilometers, to be exact 156.8 kilometers race today. And Spaghetti, the first one who receives the time penalty. Everybody went into pit, so more or less everybody on the same age of tires except Lucek. Lucek has 3 laps old R tires. He was the first one to pit. Gian Bartolomeo is passing his teammate Wolpress. Aye! That was a pretty close call for the Italian driver Gian Bartolomeo. Wow! Close to rear end Wolfrin in the Merc. Massive overspeed. Gian Bartolomeo looks like he has a lot more to deliver than Wolfrin. No dive bomb. Added here, always a dive bomb on the left side. My favorite overtaking spot here in Suzuka. But we haven't seen any overtake there for time being in this race here in Season 10. Wow, the traction from Gian Bartolomeo. Wolfing going much more wider. I don't know regarding the wing settings. Maybe Gian Bartolomeo has much more wings than Wolfring. That's why he can nail the car through the corners. Now here, DRS enabled, flat out overtaking the Merc driver Wolfrin, ending up Gian Bartolomeo on 8, Wolfrin on 9. And we just saw behind there the Aston Martin received a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. He went a little bit too wide in turn 2. So who else is on the edge for a time penalty? We have GDA 2 warnings, as well Yo-Yo 2 warnings, and Wolfers as well. I get the clip at 2. Perfect. Let's go back to the front, to the battle for the podium or for the victory here in Suzuka. But I created a gap of 1.8 seconds, 1.9 seconds now. Tomasito can't defend. But he doesn't need to defend from Varobla. Let's go for the off-court action here, broadcast view. The dashboard is not working. I'll just quickly click around and maybe it is working again. Let's see. Otherwise we can manage without the dashboard. Bartolomeo and Wolfring again fighting. And let's have a look to Spaghetti. Also in this pack here. Not able to progress here, still behind Wolfing. We have the fastest lap of 1:34.64 from Myth. Let's go on board for the action here. Is Spaghetti overtaking somewhere in the S section? Yes or no? If you overtake here, then you have big balls for sure. So 8 laps to go. Needed to shift up one gear, otherwise there would be a big crash for Spaghetti rear-ending Wolfring. Wolfring went a little bit wide on that corner, but stayed on track. Now traction lost for Spaghetti. Let's go back to the front to Roble off-board broadcast camera, and we see 2.5 second gap between Berra on P1 to Masito P2. Myth just overtook GDA. Myth driving in position 4. Yeah, the fastest man on track for time being is Myth with 1:30.8. Everybody else above 1:31, 1:30.9 for Berra. And the rest is a 1:31.3 for Tomasito, 1:31.4 for Roble. So surely we're gonna see soon Myth behind the Roller. And Clipper DNF sadly left the session. We don't have any safety car for the time being. A 1:29.9 for Myth, and Myth. No, a Roble overtaking Bartolomeo. Come on. A Roble overtaking Tomasito. I was watching the gap from Yo-Yo and then just saw somebody overtaking. We saw the overtake from a Roble to Tomasito. And Yo-Yo driving a little bit in no man's land. Behind him the new driver, Lucek in the Haas. 2.3 seconds. Let's see if this gap is coming down for the Polish driver. This might be tricky stuff here. While these two are fighting, we see behind Tomasito Myth approaching. Bye. So guys, I just need to refill the beer. We are in lap 21 of 27, 6 laps to go, so it's soon a 5-lap race. Looks like the win for Berra is more or less safe. It's a 3.2 seconds gap between Berra and the Roble. And Myth wanna do a nice overtake into turn 1, but didn't finish his overtake, so Myth in the Red Bull stays behind the championship rival Tomasito. So as you know, Myth is leading with a 10 points gap between him and Tomasito to driver championship. And it's wrong graphics. We are today in race number 6 in Monza, and next week, please come back. Next week we're going for Azerbaijan, Baku. We have a crazy, really crazy soundtrack for Baku. If you like harder rock, then just join for the introduction of this race. More or less at 8 PM Central European Time. The Roble likes to break the toe, and yes, Tomasito overtook a Roble. Can't defend really on that turn 1. Do we see an overtake as well from Myth? We saw an overtake from Myth in the asset section. Wow, what an overtake from Myth on a Roble. So Roble lost 2 positions in only in this lap here, in lap 23. Just behind him we have the Portuguese driver GDA, and we have another DNF, Italian DNF from Gianbartolomeo in the Aston Martin. Yellow flags in sector 3, but no safety car. Let's go on board with the POV from Myth. Let's have a look back. Myth is closing the gap to P2. The Roble is still very close, and behind the Roble, as I said before, we have the Portuguese driver GDA in the Merc. Regarding track limits, 2 warnings for Berra, but he's clear with a 3.8 second gap between him on P1 and P2 Tomasito. He's currently driving on position 3, very close behind Tomasito. I do have the same feeling as I had before with Tomasito driving behind the road, that Myth can maybe go a little bit faster through the sector 2 section. Maybe he's having a little bit more wings than Hungarian driver Tomasito. Everybody very close. These 3 drivers are so close. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see an overtake attempt now. Is he from Roble or from Myth? Tomasito heavily defending. Will we see? Wow! Sadly not an overtake, a finished overtake for Roble, but nice attempt. So Myth started the race from P12, now driving position A2, position 8. Yeah, by the way, position 8 for Spaghetti. Sounds like he has some problems. Maybe that's another driving style. Okay. I don't see any damage on his car, but let's go back to the front to GTA this time out. Smashing the brake pedal. Let's have a look to Tomasito's POV. Is he going for an overtake? No, stay behind and overtake in the next lap. But I'm pretty sure that Myth knows this gamble here. We are in lap 26 of 27. So Myth just need to save his battery. Regarding battery power, we have 70% for Myth and now 70 as well. So Myth has 10% more battery power than Tomasito going into the last lap, but we might see if Tomasito is able to close the gap and be very close behind Myth into the final turn, and then to the long straight where DRS is enabled. Then he can overtake Myth into turn 1 and finishing ahead of his rival for the driver championship title. Easier said than done. 0.6 seconds the gap, 0.67. So Myth is already pushing, and wow, Myth applying the battery power. What was that? A Roble overtaking Myth? Tomasito? Huh? What is going on, guys? I'm pretty sure Tomasito is overtaking now a Roble, but not able to overtake Myth. Go to the off-ball camera. Looks like a Roble played a little bit the team game. From the V-Carb, the sister team of Red Bull, fighting a little bit Tomasito to help Myth in the Red Bull team. Sliding around. Pretty sure that Tomasito is not able to overtake better. Let's go to the winner for of the Suzuka Grand Prix in Season 10. Again, another win for Berra. We have a very close battle here to the line between Myth and Tomasito. Myth ending up on P2, Tomasito P3. A Roble nice P4. Then a pretty good result, decent result for GDA. And Yo-Yo driving a lonely race for him, ending up on P6. What happened to Lucek? Then we have here Spaghetti with 3 seconds time penalty. Behind him we see also Woodpress ending up the Grand Prix on P8. Lucek. No fuel. That's the reason why he lost. Maybe a position 6. Lucek on P9 and Wolfrin on P11. And 2 DNFs from Gianbartolomeo and Clipper. Yeah, Berra is definitely back for racing here. Even with a broken arm, he's winning a Grand Prix. Again, the result, Berra on P1, Myth on P2, Tomasito 3. Roble, nice team result for V-Carb on P4. GD on 5, Yo-Yo driving very lonely on P6, Spaghetti. Driver champion of season 7, ending up on P7, Wolpress on 8, Lucek on 9. Wolfrin on 10, Gianbartolomeo and Klippa ending DNF'd here in the session. The big question is always how much earlier you need to brake, and that's always a big question, right?
Yeah, especially when you don't know how they're gonna break you on the head.
Yeah.
But this is a game ball sometimes. But Azerbaijan got the long straight, 2 long straight, so it's gonna be overtake.
Yeah, I do remember once in a while we had in 2 games before, 2 game cycles before, I think F1 22 or something. Everybody talked about the 0-0 wings stuff. What about in this game, F1 24? What are the wings for Azerbaijan? You have any recognition or tips or something?
In Azerbaijan, it could be like, I don't know, like 30-20.
Really?
For me,
So big, so high wings. As I said, F1 22 or 21 we drove with 0-0, and now in the F1 24 we're driving with 20-30 and this kind of stuff. It's pretty weird for me. What about next game? You're giving some hope to the next game. Maybe it's the last game from Codemasters, F1 Codemasters. If this is not a big, how do I say, a big achievement or a much better game than the F1 24, then I think it's the last F1 game for Codemasters. So what are your thoughts on this?
I'll be honest, I was here first time and from you, like I didn't know it could be last edition. It's alright for me. It's another game. Maybe they should do something extra for us. I don't know, like legend cars sometimes.
The older cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every year is the same. It's like not much upgrades. Only the cars, livery, and drivers sometimes.
Yeah, just updating the deliveries and some drivers. Lewis Hamilton now in red, not in silver or black, and etc. etc. And we had some driver swaps in real Formula One, so we're gonna see maybe some driver swaps in F1 24. Do you think the Codemasters and EA is able to have the proper grid in F1 25? So we have Max Verstappen and Tsunoda in Red Bull. Hopefully, yes.
Are you thinking they're gonna make it upgrades for the last minute?
Yeah,
could
it's just change the face. Change the face from Lawson to Tsunoda. It's not a big thing. If they bring out the game F1 25 with Lawson as second driver in Red Bull, then yeah.
If the Codemaster gonna wait a little bit longer, maybe Colapinto gonna be on the F1 25.
Yeah, we will see. We have lots to discuss in the next sessions, I think. Thank you for joining. We'll check to the league and hope to see you next week again in Baku.
Yeah, thank you for invite, and for sure I'm gonna be every Monday.
Cool. That's music in my ears. So take care. Have a great week. Thank you for driving. See you soon.
Thank you.
See you
Have
next
a
week.
lovely evening.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye bye, Lucek.
Laguna Seca is a free track. Road Atlanta, don't have it. Spa, I have it.
Yeah, a little bit misclicked, and we just saw Nelson helping me out and saying that we haven't heard the drivers for the main interview. It's always if you start up the engines a little bit, 50 minutes before the race, then this kind of stuff happens. Should not be like this. Sorry for that. But finally you heard an interview with Lucek, who joined just last week to the Monday Racing League. Today he had his second race, and he's feeling more or less very happy, as I heard, and it should be like this. And thank you guys for watching. See you next week. Take care. Have a great week, and see you next Monday. Take care. Bye bye.
Monday night, engines roar, hit the track, we're back for more. Lights go out, the race ignites, flat out speed, no fear in sight. On the limit, no retreat, through the corners, feel the heat.